and welcome to this episode of the Survivor's Guide to Thriving podcast. I'm Amanda Solman, and along with Mark Jewell, your host for this show and the creator of the Surviving to Thriving movement. Each week, we'll dive into the mindsets that keep us in survival mode and learn how to get on the path to a truly thriving life. If you're looking for a wake-up call and want some valuable tools to get there, you have come to the right place. After all, survival is dead. It's your time to thrive today. Now, let's head over to the show.
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Survivor's Guide to Thriving podcast. This is your host and founder of the Surviving to Thriving movement, Mark Jewell, and I am super excited, you guys. I just spent the last half hour learning from our guest today because there's so many things, and I don't know how we're going to fit this all in to one episode. We may go way off script here today because this is super cool, and my mind is literally being expanded and upgraded as we speak. So I want to welcome our guest onto the show today, Reekita Gala, and she has been sharing so many cool things with me, you guys, about her expertise, which is, I'm going to be honest with you, this is a little bit of a left turn from the direction that we normally are heading around, how to manage people and how to motivate and how to, stop surviving in your own behaviors and everything, because Reekita brings us some really good insights about where I certainly see the world going, where, some things that I think you're going to be seeing that you're going to need to know about your business. I'm certainly interested in what she has to share because it's going to impact how we do training and coaching with our clients, even probably in the next 12 months. And so lots and lots of stuff are changing. And Reekita is an expert in the field of virtual reality, augmented reality, mixed reality, incorporating technology into everything we do. And guys, you, after listening to this, are not going to be able to look at the world the same, literally. So let's get into the content. So Reekita, if you would, give us a little background on you, where you come from, how you got into this, and then we'll talk about where it's going after that.
So first of all, hello everybody, all your listeners. So my name is Reekita and I come from India. I got married and settled in Boston past 7 years now, 6 years actually. And when I shifted here, I was on H4 visa and I was not allowed to work due to immigration. So that's how I started looking for ways to start earning online. And I was in a marketing and business industry past 8 years back in India. So I was like, what can I do? And I started hopping and seeing like, online blogging or social media marketing. And I started seeing things around and like, okay, this is not the place because I need to create my own blue ocean to make my place in the market.
Yeah.
That's how I started looking for more things. Like, what can I do with marketing? What are the new things? What are the latest technologies? What is upcoming? And I got acquainted with VR because that time VR had just started. Mm-hmm. And through VR, I got into, I started reading all the articles and patents, and literally I did so I got into AR and I was like, oh my God, AR is something which can be used immediately because everybody has phones. You don't need a device or anything additional thing. Every second person, in fact, every person has one phone or two phones probably sometimes.
Sure.
So the potential of AR is much, much higher than what we can expect in VR. And so I started looking more and more deeper into it, and I didn't find anything related to marketing. All I found was, okay, this is an industry, this is how it works, and basics of it. So then that's how I started learning and looking for things. And there were no software platforms at that time. It's been past 4 months that there are easy platforms which have come in the market. And I have been observing and keeping a track. I have a list of almost 10,000 links of all blogs and everything around. So yeah, that's how I started looking and learning the platforms.
Fascinating. So at some point we're going to get into talking about how you assist and what your services are and all those things. But let's go back and get to 101 level for those, I'm guessing, just knowing my audience a little bit, like most of us are thinking like VR, AR. Like, I'll be honest, guys, I only know about it because I was prepping for this interview. And I mean, I've had some experience with this technology stuff over the last couple of years in the business circles that I run in with other business owners. And so we've had, I've seen some speakers, I've seen some cool things, but let's build it from the foundation and then go up towards what's possible. So let's begin. So we've got VR, AR, MR, and I don't even know if there are other R's.
Yes, there is.
Your company's name is right. So let's get into let's just start with virtual reality, VR, because I think most people probably at least have heard of that, have probably put on a headset while they're waiting at the Verizon store or at Best Buy or something at some point. So let's define each one,
Sure.
how it's different.
So I'll talk in a very layman language so that your
Yes,
audience
please.
can understand.
And it's not that we're stupid; we just are inexperienced in the realm,
I
right?
totally agree. But the terms used in this technology are a little heavy for a normal person to understand because,
Yeah.
like, if I'll say immersive technology, like, oh, what is immersive? I don't
Right.
want.
Right.
So yeah, to start with, what is VR? Think of it as if you are virtually some different environment.
Okay.
You are not surrounded in your real environment. You
Yeah.
are into a box where you see that you have teleported into a virtual place, a different
Right.
place.
So virtual reality is almost like I put on these like a
Yeah.
headset or
Yep.
goggles. We've all seen it in the movies. We've seen it on YouTube or wherever. And I'm like immediately I'm not where I am right now, right?
Yes.
My brain
You
thinks
cannot
that
see anything in your present environment. You are
exactly.
virtually in a different
Yeah.
environment.
So I could
Teleportation.
be in a movie. I could be in the jungle. I could
Yeah, you
be
can
like,
have Netflix, you can travel, you can do bungee jumping,
yeah,
you can do all the adventure, and you will
yeah,
actually feel that same feeling.
yeah,
I was taking a roller coaster ride in VR, and I
yeah,
actually you
yeah.
get
Wow.
that motion and you get all those things like what you
Right.
feel in your real environment. So that's a
Yeah,
cool.
try not to throw up in your headset. That's great. So here's something that I actually had this experience. The one of the first times I put on a good virtual reality headset, where I was actually in a scene from Hunger Games. I think it was like Hunger Games or a movie, one of the the
Yeah.
trilogies, something like that. And I was standing suddenly I was standing on this cliff looking over the edge,
Yeah, you
and
feel that.
yeah,
You're feeling as if you're going to fall.
and the ground started falling away, and I was like, my survival brain was trying to tell me get out of here, and I was frozen, literally could not move because it was that realistic, and my brain interpreted me as actually being on this cliff in a tough spot. And so I was scared. I was literally scared because I was interpreting this in a way that I thought I was actually going to fall. So virtual reality can be very cool. You're teleporting, you're going somewhere else.
Yeah.
All right, so talk about AR and augmented reality. So what is this?
So in simple language, I would say you can try your product even before you buy it.
Mm,
So you can have a digital overlay. It's like a bridge between your print media and your digital media. You can have your product in your real environment. Let's say you are sitting in a home, you want to buy something from a website. The product, you just open that product in AR and you can see the product right in front of you.
mm,
For example, you want to buy a TV. You go
okay,
on the website, you click on the TV picture, and you can actually place the TV in your house and see how it's looking. You can take a picture and you
got it.
can see, oh, okay, this is what I want, or this is what I don't want.
Right, right. So I could literally pick up my phone, right, and I can look at the I could be shopping for art on Amazon, right,
Yeah.
and I can take these little things that what I'm seeing, I can put it up on my wall and see the actual image of in my room, which is a real image, and then I can swipe over, drag and
You
drop the
can
stuff.
rotate, you can zoom in, zoom out, place it exactly where you want to place it. So
Hmm,
you have, like,
fascinating.
you can actually measure also, you can measure how many inches it is and whether it's going to fit in your house.
Right. Got it. So augmented reality is like it's real reality, but with virtual pictures and images
Merged into
and
it. Yep.
things being put into my environment. Okay, got it. All right. So what about mixed reality? So how does that differ?
So in mixed reality, you have holograms,
Hmm.
and holograms are integrated into your real environment. So let's say you are virtually right now hosting a podcast. You want to be with your daughter in your school.
Hmm.
So with the live hologram technology, you can actually be hosting a webinar
Hmm.
live. You
Yep.
can be present live at your daughter's school, or
Uh-huh.
you could be going shopping with your wife.
Got it. Huh.
So
That's
you are much more productive in that manner because you are live at three different places and you're catering to three different people.
so I can literally be cloning myself is
Yes, you are going to be cloning yourself.
interesting. Interesting. So so how does that work? I mean, give us some idea. I mean, how can I be doing three different things at one time in that?
So, so the device that is used is Microsoft HoloLens,
Hmm.
and the way it works is it uses the once you scan your entire it scans the entire body. Once it's scanned, it has an image which is recorded in the system, and once you place live hologram, like you there are things over the buttons and stuff. So once you go live, you
Hmm.
can just decide where you want to be live with and what you want to be doing. You can be walking around, you can be doing anything.
Yeah.
So what, and it keeps recording whatever you're communicating and all those things on the system.
Yeah. Amazing. Amazing. Okay, so we don't have to get into a lot of the science behind how all these things work today. I want people to just understand. I think what we'll definitely do is I'll have Amanda for sure link up some of the TED Talk that we looked at and some of the videos. We'll get those links. We'll put them in the show notes, you guys, so you can literally just go down and
Or
get
you
a
can do
visual.
one thing.
Like,
You
yeah.
can ask your listeners to just go on their browser and type Amazon AR View.
Okay. Well, there you go.
And once they click on Amazon AR View, they will have option either iOS or Android.
Uh-huh.
They can decide and they can see live shopping experience in AR.
Got it. So there you go. You guys can literally go on to it's Amazon AR View.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Amazon AR View, like go in your web browser right now while you're listening to this and type that in, and we'll talk about something for the next 2 minutes while you actually watch how that's done. So go now.
Yeah, you can do that.
Yes, we're augmenting the reality. Cool. So great. I love it. So let's dig in a little bit. You can choose whichever one maybe you're the most passionate about right now, but whether that's AR or VR or MR, but what are you seeing? Like what are some cool things that companies are doing, people are doing, like how can we change the world? And eventually I want to bring this back, how this is really relevant in agribusiness, which is where a lot of my listeners come from. But also in the corporate space, we'll talk about training and coaching a little bit, how we can, help companies accelerate. But what are you excited about? What are some cool things that you've seen?
Oh, so I have been actually into AR and VR and
Yep.
MR, but I see a very good potential in AR. The
Uh-huh.
main reason is because everybody has a phone.
Sure.
And secondly, AR is a very good, it adds very good value for the business as well as the user. It helps the users to decide whether they want to buy it or no. It helps them to see the product even before they try it on. It's a very good form of engagement. Like for a business owner, they want to keep the consumers engaged on a regular basis.
Yeah.
People are literally bored of these routine emails and messaging and those typical videos. You can integrate games, you can integrate a lot of images, videos, animations and stuff like that, cool stuff. You can actually have your packaging with all the different augmented realities on that. Like
Yeah.
if somebody just scans the packaging of a bottle, like a ketchup bottle, they can see like all the different brochures or recipes or whatever they want to have.
Right.
So that has a really good potential in the current
Wow.
market state. With regards to VR people are using in the form of 360 degrees video recording, and they place it on VR.
Yep.
It's very useful for travel agencies, or real estate business, or anything that you want to virtually show, or you want
Yes.
to take person to a virtual place, like
Yeah.
you want them to come and try something at your place.
Right.
So that's really helpful. Mixed reality, it's still on a phase where it's used for communications mainly, manufacturing, then what do you say, more of development kind of thing, like if you are creating a product.
Mm-hmm.
So it's
Got it.
mainly used for creation.
Cool. So I could actually see some really cool applications. And one of the things you talked about, so my wife, as we speak, my wife is helping a new coworker who lives in Germany buy a house here in Nebraska. So what
Oh
she's
yeah.
doing, right? So what she's doing is they are literally, yeah, my wife is going with the realtor to the house that this person is interested in buying, and they're doing FaceTime. They're FaceTiming, as they walk through the house. And I actually have friends of mine that moved here just recently to Omaha, and they literally bought it with their realtor over FaceTime.
Okay, so I
Right?
can give
And
you
so,
three different options right away.
yeah.
So you can do it either in virtual reality, where you can have a drone, a
Yep.
VR drone, just scan the entire place and upload it on the system. Once it's uploaded, you can actually rent out the device and send it to your user's place.
Yeah.
They can virtually try it on, and they can walk through the entire house and see
Yep.
how it's looking. That's one thing. Second thing is you can actually have a CAD 3D model created,
Yep. Using CAD.
and yep, and you can just send a picture through email or whatever. Ask them to scan that picture or a marker, whatever you use, like as a marker on for AR.
Sure.
Once they scan it, they can see the 3D model popping out in their real environment. They
Mm-hmm.
can actually have something called proof of concept, where you can make them walk through in the entire house in augmented reality.
Yeah.
The third thing is you can actually have a hologram of the entire house once it is scanned in their own house.
Got it. Fascinating. So how challenging is it to create these things? I mean, you make it sound so simple. I can just scan the house and send it to somebody with
Yeah,
that
I
knows
mean,
CAD, and then all of a sudden it's good. Like how long does it take? How difficult is it? Is it expensive? What's the process?
so mixed reality is little expensive side because there is lack of skills. I mean, skilled professionals into it.
Sure. Okay.
And anyways, it's a new technology, so it's obvious that the skills are going to be limited. With regards to VR and AR, VR drones are readily available. You just scan the place and upload it on your app,
Yep.
whatever you're using, and that's really simple.
Sure.
And in augmented reality, you can have somebody, you can just hire somebody and create a CAD model of your house that you have, and yeah, just it just takes like 5 minutes to upload that video or
Really?
the
And I can
model.
just walk through.
Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting. What kind of cameras do I need if I was going to actually, I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself, but if I want to go start creating now, do I have to have a special 360 cam? Like what
Yeah.
is that?
So the mobile phones right now that we have, they already have 360-degree camera.
Okay. Yeah. Right. Right. And I've taken many of those, like standing on mountaintops and things like that.
Yeah. So that's how all these big companies are making us used to this technology slowly,
Yep.
slowly. And the plan is they are actually going to make us stop use our phones and get into VR glasses, a normal glass that you wear on regular basis, or a contact lenses.
Right.
So that's
Interesting.
what they're looking at. But yeah, to answer your question, the cameras, you have different kind of cameras. You can use either your phone, you can use
Hmm.
360-degree camera, which is available through Samsung, and there are many other companies. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Fascinating. Okay. So, there,
Or there are drones also, 360 degrees drones and VR
okay.
drones, which
Sure.
are readily available.
Yeah.
And those are affordable, like around $300-$400.
Got it.
One time
Fascinating.
investment.
So I've heard, you've mentioned it a couple times in our conversation sometime already today. I've heard about it from other people online, talking about, focusing on augmented reality for a minute, where this is literally going to be built into our life. So somebody was
It's
predicting,
already into our life.
right? Well, so like the idea is like within not very far into the future, we may be wearing contact lenses that allow us to experience an augmented reality.
A
Like,
small
so
example of augmented reality. Sorry to cut.
you're fine. You're
Um,
fine.
so if you go on Facebook, the filters that we have, or the Snapchat, it's all augmented reality.
Right. Because I can put things in it. I mean, is that what you're talking about?
Yep.
Yeah.
So you can actually see your face, and there are filters like you can have a hat on your head, or you can wear.
Sure. Sure.
So those are actually augmented reality. So slowly, they're taking one step ahead, and they are making us used to all these small things, so that it's not a big change when we accept it.
Got it. So you're telling me the big brands, the makers of these things, like they know what's coming and they're just giving
Oh,
us
they are working on it. Yep.
piece by piece by piece, right? They're just giving me like I can put a little leprechaun hat on my head to make it look funny or something like that.
Yeah.
And then we do it all the time with Snapchat with the filters. I mean, we do the voice changers.
In fact, Samsung S9, they have augmented reality emojis where you can create your own cartoon.
Yeah, I saw that.
Avatar.
I saw a friend of mine do the other day. It was on his Facebook where he's dancing in his living room, but he is a Bitmoji,
Yeah, he's
right?
into an avatar.
Yeah, so that's what I need is the Samsung S9. That's what I need.
Yeah, so all the latest technologies now, the latest phones that are coming up, in fact, iOS
Yeah,
10,
yeah.
X10, they have AR cameras installed in the phone. So, yep, they are taking one step at a time, making us used to AR.
Fascinating. This is the iPhone X right here. So is there like an app that I can download to turn myself into an avatar right now? Because I literally want to go do that right this minute. I'm not gonna do it this minute, but I'm getting pretty
I think
excited.
in your phone there is a upgrade for avatar. You can just go and click for more options, like the filters that you have.
Yep.
You can check it out over there.
Because it already has the Animoji. So I've got the little, like, I can turn myself into a poop emoji.
So
And
iOS 10 actually has more advanced things where it has facial recognitions, and
yeah,
so those are also AR.
right. Okay. So okay. So I'm getting it. So we're living in it right now. Like this is
We are
actually
actually
happening.
there. Yeah, it's there.
Yeah.
We are into it, and it's just a matter of time when it's going to be like full fish.
Right. Right. I mean, on my phone, there are no buttons. I just pick this thing up and I say, okay, I want to read this Twitter notification that's on my phone. I don't do anything. I don't press a fingerprint, nothing. Like literally, like Twitter just opened because it looked at my face. It knows who I am. And oh, look, we have a new podcast episode just published today. Which
So
I've
even the
already listened to it for this.
retina scanning, okay, that's one thing where
Yep.
they're making you used to the eye thing,
Yeah.
and that's the way they are making you used to for AR lenses.
Interesting.
Because how that will work is wherever you are seeing
Yeah.
with the gazing technology.
Right.
So whatever you are seeing, it will start taking the content out of it.
Yeah.
So let's say you're walking in a mall, you will start seeing, okay, this is an offer, like 40% is here, 30% is here, this is the product they're selling.
Yeah.
You
Because
can
I'm
see.
literally going to have like glasses or contact lenses, and it's going to show me all these things like as I'm walking through the store.
It's learning from your actions right now.
And then it's going to get real big brother on me too, right? Because now they're going to know like what is the stuff that I typically like to look at, and so it's going to be like they will literally like tweet me in the middle of the night and say, "Hey."
So the Siri and what is this on Samsung? That Bixby, they are making you used to these sound things, and slowly that's the way they are actually going to integrate AI into AR. They've already done that, and they're making us just used to all these things. It's
Got
just
it.
I think 2 more years and transformation is done.
Yeah. We're now all bionic in some way, shape, or form. Okay, so I've got that. So let's talk a little bit about, okay, so I see, like, we're talking about all these other entities that are out here doing the things and making us, helping us get used to this. And so I'm sure they're going to have a hand in this, but what else is possible? Like, how can I take control of this? How could I use this in my training or coaching business? Or if you're somebody that works with us and you sell grain bins to farmers, like, that's one of our clients. That's literally what they do, is they sell grain bins to, companies big and small, farmers all over the world. We have people that sell seed, other type of crop inputs, to farmers all over North America. I have one company that has this, a special product for strip tilling. I mean, we got all kinds of different stuff. So those are like, how can those that are in the corporate space, that are running a business, maybe give us an example. How could I use this for marketing? Maybe we can talk about how I could use it for selling. Like,
Sure.
I mean, is this going to be something that we can do ourselves and I don't have to wait for Apple?
Obviously, yeah.
Right. Okay. Cool.
Okay, so let's start with augmented reality, because that is which is more convenient and feasible technology,
Yep.
which can be implemented immediately. And how AR works is there are 4 different types of AR. One is image-based AR,
Yep.
one is projector-based AR, one is geo-based AR,
Okay.
and the 4th one is basically facial recognition and those kind of things. So if you have a client who is into agriculture or these kind of businesses,
Mm-hmm.
my suggestion is they can do image-based AR, where the product that they have, let's say greens or grains or anything, whatever they want to add as a marker.
Sure.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
It's basically, it uses a marker. So let's say you have a company logo. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
We
Yeah.
use that as a marker. Okay.
Okay.
That picture becomes a marker. So whenever somebody will scan that picture,
Yeah.
they can see the product that they are selling. They can add their product. Like, let's say there's a grain. So that they can add as an overlay of the image marker.
Mm-hmm.
Am I making sense?
I think so. So we can I can take the MJST logo with their little mountain in it, with the fields underneath and the letters.
So that will be
becomes
flat, like a digital thing, or you can email them or whatever.
It can be in print. It can be on the web. It can be in an email. And they say, hey, take this app and scan the image with the app, and it's going to show you cool shit.
Yes. So Then what will happen is the overlay that you want is going to be your product.
Yeah.
So that you will add that product without any background in PSD format or in a transparent video format.
Yeah.
Okay. So once the person scans the picture, they will be able to see your product in a real environment. They can rotate, they can see it in 3D, they can see the size, whatever they want to do.
Yeah. Fascinating. So could I do something like this?
You can add videos, images, you can add your website link, you can add your phone number, anything that's possible, games or whatever you want to do.
Yeah. So let me, so I can take do you call it a macro? Is that what it's called? Or like my image? So I take my logo. What's the term for that?
You just take your image and just get it into a transparent background. Like you just use a PSD format.
Oh, PSD. Okay.
When we save, there are options like JPEG or, PSD.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You save it in PSD format and just upload it.
Right. And so guys,
there are softwares like basic platforms.
Right.
So
Reekita actually walked me through what this looks like, you guys. And so Reekita, do you have right now, is there somewhere on your website, do you have the picture you showed me where they could use the Layer app?
Oh yeah.
Do you guys have something out there? Well, you don't have to show me right now, but if there's something as you're listening to this, guys, here's what you're going to do. This is the most interactive podcast episode we've ever had, because this is what you're going to do now. You're going to go onto your iTunes or Google Play or whatever you download apps from, and you're going to download the Layar app. So it's LAYAR, Lay Augmented Reality. I don't know what the Lay stands for. Download this app, and literally it's super fast. It's not a very big app. It doesn't take up a lot of memory. and we're going to give you a website. So we'll even link it up in the show notes, hopefully. And like literally you just go and you're going to scan the image that Reekita is going to give us so that you can follow up with her and like learn more about what she does and all that cool stuff. But you're
and they can actually interact, like they can click on the picture, they can click on the image.
You just don't question me right now. Just do this. Like, go to the link. It'll be in the show notes. We'll have it on the website at markjeweltraining.com. Like, this will be there. Just download the LayAR app, and like go look at this image, and you're going to see how cool this is, because it's literally what happened.
In fact, if you can post it on your comment place, I can just email you the picture and
perfect. Let's do that. Let's do that. Email it to Amanda. I will lose it and she will get it done. So
can I share it right now, like on this thing?
Yeah, absolutely. So, and we'll, I think what we'll do, we're obviously recording this. We'll record the video from it too. So I will, I'll bring this up and show you guys. So we're getting a little bit off script here, but there's what I want you guys to understand is there are things that you can do like right now to start incorporating into your business. I'm going to start incorporating some of the things we can do into our training program, where you literally, maybe you'll take this very app that I just got done talking about. You'll scan a picture of me or a picture of our logo, or,
anything, whatever you want to add as a marker.
Something that we're doing, and it will literally take you to maybe like a free coaching, right? And it'll have some content behind it where we're training on a particular topic. So one of the questions I have, Reekita, like once I create that image, and let's say I create a training video and I want somebody to go watch that training video associated with that image, can I then update the content over time?
Yes, you can keep changes. Yeah.
So like we could like you can come back next week and see the next episode, right?
Yes, that's how you will keep engaging them, and it'll break the noise. What you're like, let's say there are 50 people who are marketing your consumer.
Yeah.
So that breaks the noise. Like, people can actually just focus on what you are sending them, and it excites them. Oh, something is going to be there interesting inside.
Fascinating.
So I sent you a picture on your messenger.
Perfect. I saw it.
Messenger. You can just upload that picture and people can scan it and they can touch the screen and pop out the screen, rotate their phone left to right, see the picture. They can go on the YouTube through the video that is there. They can add my contact, whatever they want to do.
That is beautiful. Awesome. So guys, that's how you're going to stay in touch with Reekita and see what she has to offer. She is offering a course coming out soon that she's going to be promoting. And so we definitely want to mention that here about how to utilize this stuff, how to create the programs, how to create tools, resources, marketing, etc.
Without any technical skills.
Without any technical skills. So for people like me.
Yeah. I am also a person who was never technical. I always loved doing business ideas and creating strategies and marketing.
Sure.
Strategies. So that's how I started looking for solutions for myself. And I thought that there must be many people who are not technical enough and they want to do it.
Yeah.
So why not launch a course?
Yeah. Fascinating. Absolutely. So do you know what the course is going to be called?
Yeah, it's going to be called Augmented Reality for Marketing and Business.
Okay. Augmented reality for marketing and business. So guys, I know I'm going to be getting into this and taking a look at it because I think it's going to be very cool. I think you guys should take a look at it too. Let's talk about
own group. In fact, if somebody wants to learn, I keep posting a lot of content.
Okay. Like a Facebook group?
Yeah. So it's called Augmented Reality Marketing.
Okay.
And my page name is VRARE. So if they want to follow me, they can do that.
Perfect. VRARE, guys. And it's Augmented
Reality Marketing.
Okay. Augmented Reality Marketing Group on Facebook. If you guys want to dive in and get some up-to-the-date info on what Reekita is doing over there, so jump in. So Reekita, let's go back and talk about some other cool things that we can create. I want to make this really tangible for some of the folks that are listening in. And I know we're kind of over the I don't know.
Oh, it's okay. Relax.
Scheduled to be done, but I'm excited. So let's just say One of the things that our customers do sometimes, I know some of my customers, they'll have like what they call a plot, right? And so a plot will have maybe different types of corn or soybeans planted on it. And so, this is very very, very physical, where, you can kind of go out and look at it at different stages throughout the year. Everything boils down usually to like 1 or 2 or 3 days where they wait or hope that their customers can come out and see, what happens. And it's great. I mean, we're very much in a relationship business, and this is a way that, we get to see people face to face. They can see how our products are performing. We can talk about, what kind of fertilizer was used, and, did they use nitrogen stabilizers, and they can talk about, how they got this crop to look that way. And it's a learning opportunity. But I'm seeing some of this augmented / virtual reality stuff as a huge opportunity to actually keep people engaged, especially as our, farmers in America, where the average age is still going up, but eventually they're going to start to look a lot more like you and me from an age perspective, right? They're, we're going to start getting younger. And I think people like to see information differently, and they're going to want to take a look at things differently. So how could we create, like, we've got this, say it's like a 1/4 of an acre, okay, is the size of this thing. So how could we turn this into a cool augmented reality experience where we can see all the different varieties of seed, what people have done to do this? Like, I don't know, what
So there are different ways you can do it. You can either use VR drones, scan the entire place, and put it on a VR device.
Yep. So virtual reality drone, so we could actually see the whole thing from an aerial perspective. Okay. Yep.
Okay. You can create videos of whatever you are doing, like how you did it and what's the quality and all those things. Third thing is you can actually take the picture as a marker, or what you want to overlay, like whatever you want to overlay. Just remove the background of that picture or a video, whatever you are looking to upload. And you can keep changing the content on the marker. Let's say you have a logo as a marker, so you can just keep changing the content on that.
Wow. So they could actually, like, you could be texting out your customers, hey, take a look at this, scan this today.
Yep.
And then, now you can see where it's at today, or, hey, we just had a weather event. Here's how our stuff is holding up. We just took new pictures of it today. So there's
and they can see it in the real environment. So and it also helps the customer to retain and recall.
Sure. Right.
So once you start engaging for more than 10 seconds or 9 seconds, in fact, the retaining power and a recall power of a consumer is much higher. So that automatically starts converting into your loyal customers or your fans.
So if I get them to look at my stuff for 9 seconds,
and they're engaging for like more than 9 seconds, it'll start automatically creating personal communication. You will feel that it's personal. Like, oh, okay, you want to look more. You want to keep engaging with that.
Yeah.
So it creates more brand value. It creates more one-on-one. So let's say you are using your phone and you are sitting at home. How you just scanned the picture and you saw something right in front of you in your house, right?
Yeah.
You felt like as if I sent something literally to you personally in your house. So that creates personal communication and personal relationship.
That's fascinating. I love it. That's amazing.
Like, what was your experience when you saw that first time? Like,
well, we just did this little augmented reality thing. First of all, is like, holy shit, I can't believe this is actually like real and now, and this is a thing that I can create today. Like, that can actually happen. And so that was amazing. But then I see, like, I've got the options right in your little screen. Like, I can watch your YouTube video. I can, move it around. I have control over it. And so I was like I said at the beginning, my mind has been expanded and upgraded.
So how did you feel seeing it right into your?
It's right here now. It's right here in my environment. And
did you feel like personal connection?
Oh, absolutely. I feel so I guess
if it was yours,
control. Right? I'm almost in control of like what's here. It's like it was right here in the space that I exist in, and so like I want to go back and look at it again right now. And I'm like resisting the urge so we can finish the interview and then I'll go do it again. Like,
so you can keep uploading your videos, images, and all those things. So this was actually my part of my business card. That was the back side of my business card, and the front side
Uh,
was just a logo. Simple.
yeah.
So once they scan it, they have all my
Fascinating.
details over there. I can take them through that on my website and my funnels, and
Yeah.
you can also have buy now button, mind you.
Got
So
it.
whatever you're selling, you just add the product and buy now.
Fascinating. I love it. I want to create an entire training program that's available through augmented reality. So you could literally experience Mark Jewell in the comfort of your own home, teaching you how to stop surviving and start thriving today. So
Yeah, you can actually get a captured video of yourself and
yeah,
a screen behind.
right.
Put that video on that marker, whatever you have,
Yeah.
and you can actually just ask your users to scan that thing,
Yep.
and
Fascinating.
you will be teleported.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So do I need like a special, can I just record this on my iPhone on a green screen? I mean, I don't need anything
yeah,
special, do I? Right?
no, you don't need anything special.
Wow. Amazing. So that's one idea, right? So I'm starting to get ideas now for training and coaching. A lot of our people
In fact, you can
care
do two
about,
things. You can
okay.
just have what is a video created on your screen on your
Yeah.
laptop, upload that video,
Yeah.
and on the and another video you can upload is you explaining that video.
Huh.
So two things, you don't even need to have a background screen.
Yeah. Wow. So we
Uh,
can literally create multiple layers within one.
oh yeah. You can create scenes. You can create like, okay, go to next scene, next video, third scene, next video,
Uh-huh.
in one image itself.
Yeah. Interesting. And so, I mean, we only rely on them to have the augmented reality app on their phone to be able to scan the thing, and then it's game over. And then they
Oh,
just,
so the next step is they don't even need the app now, because now it's available on web browsers. You just ask them to scan, it will directly open up on their web browser.
so they just look at it with their camera on their phone.
Yeah. So on the browser, it will just start using the camera. It'll ask your
Oh,
permission.
got
Can you
it. Got it.
now
Yeah.
use the camera, and it'll start.
And then it will just do the thing. That's really cool. Okay. So,
That's the
yeah,
reason why I felt like, oh my God, now is the time where normal consumers or businesses can implement, and you don't need any technical skills. So that actually
right.
made me like, it created an urge that I need to teach, because you don't need technical skills. The platform is there, the software is there, the consumers are there, the hardware
Right.
is there. What's stopping you?
Yeah. Well, so I'm just thinking about some of our customers that are in the, I don't know whether it's, even grain merchandising. So they're buying and selling, you don't actually touch physical product yourself, but you sort of buy it and move it
Hmm.
from one place to another. And so there are different programs, things that they're trying to teach. Maybe they're trying to do a market update, or, just, to communicate with their customers what's going on or how to make recommendations. We could literally, have a green screen right in our office, or like, and
Yeah.
as the market moves on a daily basis, like that can be how you send that information out and put it into an interactive, environment with the person. So
Yes, and in fact, you can actually do CRM tracking of who's visiting your site, and you can have um, what is it, customer relationship management system
yeah,
integrators, where you can collect emails, your leads, who's bought what, your invoice system, everything.
fascinating. Fascinating. Wow. Okay. So there's some very, very cool things going on here, guys. Mixed reality, augmented reality, virtual reality. So virtual, just to review, is, guys, where you put on a device and you're literally going in your mind, at least, to a new environment, even though you don't actually leave to go anywhere. We have augmented reality, which is where we're integrating things into our environment through phones, eventually through glasses, and then contacts. One question I have on that before I get to the
Yeah,
last one.
sure.
So, I mean, will I literally be able to have my contacts in? I'm walking down the hallway, driving
It will
down the
be
road.
part of your life. I mean, that's what they want to do.
Right.
They expect that you can wear 24 hours
Yeah.
weekly. In fact, the augmented reality has helped to cure blindness.
Hmm. Yeah. Fascinating. So
They
talk
have
more like,
enhanced So they have enhanced the vision, like
Mm,
the color, like people who are colorblind, or
yeah.
people who could not see. So
Yep.
what they have done is, with the help of technology and science and psychology, they have added all those elements into the product AR glasses, which is a normal glass that you wear, like
Yeah.
spectacles. And with the help of that, people were actually able to see. There are
Hmm.
case studies that they have done. You can Google it, you will find that.
Fascinating. Cool. What other resources? Well, excuse me. So that's augmented reality and like,
And mixed
will I be
reality.
able to like Facebook while going down the road? I mean, that's probably not a thing I should do, but I know people are doing it anyway. So can we do that?
So Facebook has its own VR, Facebook Spaces.
Huh. Really
Yeah.
interesting.
And you can actually merge, like you can have three different friends with you and hang out to a place in VR.
So the Facebook has this right now.
Yeah, it's on. It's past, I think, 1 year now.
Okay. Fascinating. I have no idea. All right. So, what
You
about?
can actually have your avatar on Facebook Spaces, and you can do all those videos. You can do live, Facebook Live, and everything.
Huh.
You
Fascinating.
can do Skype. You can do everything on
That,
Facebook
that's
Spaces.
that's a Facebook group at a whole different level.
Yeah. I mean, if I start, there's like no end to it. I think it'll be like entire day.
Yeah, yeah. So my next question then was, if I want to learn more, I want to read into this. Obviously, I'm going to buy your course, but what are some other things I can research? Like, where do you look for info?
Good
Top three
question,
websites.
actually. So I keep uploading a lot of content on my group on
Okay.
Facebook.
Yep.
Um, I have in fact uploaded my entire database of research of
Yep.
almost 1,000 best links that I have found online. There are a lot of PDFs that I've uploaded out there, and in fact, there's nobody who's teaching about how to integrate AR with business and marketing.
Yeah.
So that's the main thing where I had to start.
Absolutely. I think it's a fantastic place to start, and it's
And
going to
I
change
can
the
help
way people
businesses
market.
actually create their own blue ocean. Like if they start now, they are going to be way ahead than competition. Like in fact, the competition will be irrelevant.
Hmm.
Just think about it. If you are creating something, a product which is going to enhance your product in a
Yeah.
way that your competitors or nobody else has done, people will automatically start wanting that product.
Yeah, yeah. I'm just looking. I know there are several marketers that I personally know who listen to this podcast that I know are that are going to be thinking about how can I implement this to sell, our machinery, our equipment, or how can we implement this on, in agronomy marketing or grain marketing and things like that. So I'm hoping that
In fact, I
that you'll
do.
hear from
I am actually opening up because of many things. So people are actually looking for more personal one-on-one things. So what I'm actually doing right now is I'm doing a mentor with coaching program.
them.
That is one thing, and one is just going to be a course. So
Got it.
yeah, I mean, because obviously there are going to be many questions people are going to have, like how I can do, what I can do for my
Yeah,
particular industry.
absolutely.
So to help those clients, I'm looking to work one-on-one.
Yeah. I love it. I love it. So we're going to we're going to keep in touch and see how that all comes about. But what is your website? Is it VRAR?
E-solutions, but that's under construction. I
Okay.
mean, under development.
Got
But I'm launching it on 3rd of April, hopefully. So by then
Okay.
you'll be able to see
So
it.
this will probably not go live until after that. So that should be good. So it's VRARE Solutions.
Yep.
Okay. So that's in .com, I'm assuming.
Yep.
Right.
.com.
Okay. So VRARE Solutions, you guys check that out.
In fact, the picture that I sent to you.
Yes, we'll have that in there.
That has all the information: my contact number, email address,
Fascinating.
website, Facebook page, everything.
Beautiful. So we'll make sure we post that on our website, guys, which is obviously going to be at markjeweltraining.com. Remember the Jewel has 2 L's in it. So markjeweltraining.com, head on over to that. And then your Facebook group is Augmented Reality Marketing. That's the group.
Yep.
Cool.
Yep.
Awesome. So guys, jump on over into that and get connected with Reekita and learn more. Sounds like she's posting lots of good content. I know I'm going to go join right after we get off the conversation here today. So Reekita, any last info or downloads that you'd love to share with us before we bring it to a close?
One thing I would like to share is since the top people, like the top companies, have already done like Walmart, eBay, Wayfair, Amazon,
Mm-hmm.
Macy's, they have already implemented their own AR. So the next step is going to be for small businesses to integrate AR into their business. And the consumers, you won't believe, in fact, there was a study which was conducted. So 71% consumers want to have an interactive experience, and they are willing to use AR. And maximum people use apps now to browse or shop something.
Yeah.
So if they're not going to be using and integrating, like the small businesses who are not going to be using in coming 1.5, 2 years, I can assure that the business will be affected. So it's the time now. Like if you want to start and move with the technology and the changes in the market, you should start now. So.
Fascinating. I love it. We'll leave it at that. Guys, thank you very much for tuning in and listening to another episode of the Survivor's Guide to Thriving podcast. We have had Reekita Gala, on here with me tonight. This, I guess, as we record this, it is still this afternoon. But some very fascinating information, and we're getting a little. When I decided to do this, I thought, let's share the future. And my big takeaway from this conversation is we're actually sharing the now. In fact, some of us are getting behind. And so if you don't want to be surviving in your marketing, your teaching, your training, your ways that you can enhance your life, your customer's life, your employee's life, then I would implore you. My whole perspective on this has shifted in the last 60 minutes, you guys.
One more thing I can share with them.
Yeah, please.
AR just not good, like just not useful for one particular thing. It helps in sales, marketing, productivity, communication, development, designing, marketing,
all the things
in every different industries and different sectors of the business.
Yeah.
And since it is available now, so the future is not future anymore, it's present and now.
Right. Well, and it's going to happen faster too, right? I don't want to equate, AR with, let's say, PowerPoint, right? But there was a point back in the early to mid 90s where people, they were giving away copies of PowerPoint to IT directors for companies, and it sat on shelves because nobody got it.
So even if you are printing, let's say you're printing a PowerPoint.
Okay.
Sorry. So even if you're printing a PowerPoint, you can have your images, whatever you want to show.
Yeah.
And you can just ask them to scan that print.
They just scan their stuff right there.
Yeah, you can have more interaction and 3D models or whatever you want to show.
Now it's an interactive classroom.
Yep.
And I can do more things. So
and later on they will remember, oh my God, I think I did something like this. Oh yeah, I think I did that. Right. So it helps them to think more in detail.
So this is showing you guys, this is how quickly this will go, because even PowerPoint took, the better part of a decade to become widely adopted, and we sort of overdid it, let's be honest. That's why I don't allow PowerPoint into my classrooms. But this is the kind of thing, it's it's going to shift and change and grow with us. And
it's the fourth wave of technology that's said, how we had computers and laptops and phones.
Yes.
The next thing. And people were resistant to phones. Like when it came, people didn't know what to do with it until apps started coming up and they started seeing the future of mobile phones.
Yeah.
There was a phase when everybody wanted to get their app done.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that phase is coming next year. But if you are doing it ahead of time, you are far ahead of others.
Yeah. Amazing. It's fantastic. So that's very cool. And I really appreciate all the insights on that, guys. The adoption of this, we're not waiting for people to to get computers in every household. Like that was what happened in the back in the 90s and leading up until the early to mid the early 2000s up to 2010. So like the technology already exists in the hands of most of the people in the developed world. Like, let's be honest, if you don't have a phone, you don't want one. And that's the reality. So everybody's got the tools right now for this to develop. And as we start to make a business case for how you can make training better, coaching better, employee management, customer relationship stuff, selling, marketing, all of the development, the stuff that I care about. I know there's other things, but those are the big ones for me. This, as soon as we make a business case for that, like it's going to start happening, and more and more people are going to be using it, and it's going to get easy, and it's going to happen incredibly fast. So
it's easy right now. I mean,
exactly.
There are tools. There is the phone that you need. The hardware is the phone. The software to develop. There are platforms which are readily available. There are cloud services, simple drag and drop tools.
Yes.
There are content. The content you have to create your own content, your video or whatever you have to do, which is also very simple. All you need is just without the background.
Beautiful. So it's there. Everything is there.
Everything
12
is there.
months from now, it's a different world.
It's just there in front of you. I really don't know. And consumers, they really love to engage with new content and have more interactive things. So.
Well, and so here's one more example, and I'm going to shut this thing down because I know we both have to go. But
it's like a surprise. It's like, oh, peekaboo, I see you.
Here it came. But I mean, we did this right with the. I mean, some of you may not love this game, but the Pokemon game that my kids loved. Right, we walked around. Like I can go walk around downtown Omaha.
Yeah, that is geolocation.
Yeah.
Geolocation AR.
Exactly. So it's augmented reality. I'm walking down the sidewalk and using my phone, and I'm capturing. I don't know the Pokemon names. I'll be really honest with you. My kids are into them, and they have all of them.
Pokemon, within 3 days, they created 9 million. They generated 9 million revenue. And Absolutely. They actually were the first, they were the top highest downloaded app in US.
Yeah. So
within 3 days.
People already get it. We're already doing it. We're already using it. Now I just need to get more people capturing downloads of the podcast and ideas that we are selling on how to help people and organizations stop surviving and start thriving. So check into this, you guys. Follow up with Reekita and keep getting the downloads, the information on this. What's not new necessarily, but new to many of you, new technology.
And new to everybody. I went for an event presently, where all were marketers, and I just showed them that this is what I do. When I said augmented reality, oh, okay. I was like, do you want to see what's augmented reality? I opened up Amazon AR. I was like, check it out. And they had like jaw dropping. Oh my God.
Fascinating.
What is this? I like, yeah.
Love it. All right, we'll leave it at that, you guys. Check into it. Here to remind you also, survival's dead. It's your time to thrive today. Let's go get it. Thanks for tuning in.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for tuning in to the Survivor's Guide to Thriving podcast. You can find the show notes and links to all the resources mentioned in this episode by heading over to markjeweltraining.com/podcast. And if you feel so inclined, we'd love it if you could head over to iTunes and leave us a rating and review. That's what helps us move up in the charts so that more people can find us and start their surviving to thriving journey. See you next week.